Just after 11:30, it's Wednesday, the 8th of December. We're counting down the days till Christmas. Austin Reed coming to you from our Central Valley Talk studios inside the Mike Briggs building here in the Tower District. Hey, our next guest joining us live via Zoom is another author. Her name is Deborah Hawkins. Deborah, welcome to Central Valley Talk.
Thank you very much for having me, Austin.
Now, Deborah is the author of The Best of No Small Thing, Mindful Meditations. Also, Practice Gratitude. Transform your life, making the uplifting experience of gratitude intentional. So let's begin with your story as an author.
Thank you. I will give you a little background on me as a person. I suffered a little bit of childhood abuse, and it created sort of a tendency as I reached adulthood to be depressed a lot. So at a very low point in my life, I was in my early 50s, I decided I had to do something. It was really, everything seemed to be falling apart in my life. So I decided I need to focus on positives. And I started a gratitude practice where I would write a short essay on something from my everyday life that made me feel good, that I could appreciate. It could be as simple as how my ice maker and my freezer worked, or something, the difference between lemons and limes. And I found that focusing on things I appreciated really lifted my spirits. And I kept blogging about this. I was also a writer who wasn't writing much. So I made this journal, this practice of mine, sort of an open journal. I put it online. So my blog is called nosmallthing.net. And I've been doing this for about over 10 years. I post a blog almost every week about something little from my everyday life that really uplifts me. And I also decided that I have personal gratitude themes. I learned when I reread a lot of what I wrote that I tended to write about a handful of themes. So I decided that everybody probably has their own personal gratitude themes. So I set about creating a workbook and a course to help people identify what their themes are, so they could not only write things like I do, like reflections of things that uplift their spirits, but could also put things in the context of improving their life because they know what their themes are.
What would you say as to who this book would really benefit from? What's your audience?
It's a very chaotic time we're living in. A lot of people are facing challenges. And I think it's really important to understand gratitude in its truest, most powerful form, which is not as a response to something good that happened to you. Like, it's not just when you find a parking place near where you're going or get a call from somebody you really like. It's about being able to see what you love and what you value in the life that's being presented to you. So I think really it doesn't matter that much by age, but people that would understand that their happiness is largely their responsibility by what they notice, what they know makes them happy, and are committed to trying to build on that in the future, to kind of start looking at the world in terms of seeing things they already know they like.
Tell me a little bit about some of the obstacles that you had to overcome in doing this project.
I've been doing this for about 10 years, over 10 years. So I realized that some of this time, the process was largely for me. I didn't know if I had much of an audience because I mostly wrote this blog. But after 10 years, I decided I really need to make a book out of this, put my best out. So I decided to make a collection, which is what The Best of No Small Thing is. there about 50 blog posts from 10 years of the blog, and I put that together. And I decided to self-publish because it would be very time-consuming to try to find a publisher. So, that might be in the future because I have more books in me. But for now, publishing something for the first time is challenging, and building an audience is challenging. And it's really interesting also that I'm seeking more opportunities to talk on shows like yours and also be a guest on podcasts. And I realized that one of the conclusions I drew when I was young and felt very inadequate and very hurt was that nobody listened to me. So now I am going through, like, I wrote a lot of things down that are very personal, but now I'm going through a process of talking about myself. And it's both wonderful because people are listening, but also a little bit of a challenge because it's kind of a new situation for me.
Deborah, tell me a little bit about how you have changed, how have you changed from writing this book and maintaining your gratitude practice?
Yeah, I think it's changed me a lot because instead of just thinking of things I like and things I am grateful for as something that comes to me by chance, I'm looking for them. I enter new situations confident that I will find something I like and something I could appreciate. Maybe not like, but something I can appreciate in almost anything. And I really think that's a wonderful attitude to take into life. I don't feel like a victim anymore. So whether it's in a work situation or family situation or something else, I feel confident that I can be myself and be positive, find something positive in whatever is happening.
Who or what might be resources or sources kind of inspiration for you specifically?
One of the biggest sources of inspiration for me was Eckhart Tolle, who had a phrase, acknowledging the good that is already present in your life is the foundation for all abundance. And much of my practice is really based on that. It's like there's special events in anybody's life, but there are so many things in the day-to-day that can be wonderful, that connect us with things that we love or things that we value or find meaning in. And we have to just know what they are and train our minds to see them. I think the whole task of finding things to make us happy is much easier when we know what we're looking for.
I love that slogan, mind over matter. Would you agree with that?
Yes, but I don't know exactly if my focus is on thinking something, what your mind conjures up over what the physical evidence is. But I think the mind is really, in some ways, all that matters in life. It's not so much what happens to us, it's how we feel about it. So whether it's getting the job we want or finding happiness in our family or just enjoying the weather or artwork, that might be like somebody paints graffiti or a mural on the street. Knowing what we love and being able to give attention to the things we love is really can do a lot for being happier.
We've got about 30 seconds left. Where can people get your book?
Thank you. My website, nosmallthing.net, the very front page has a section called Current Titles. If you follow those links, you could get to the Amazon and Barnes & Noble link to buy the book. Also, the calendar section from my blog has some information about the course, the intentional gratitude course I do. And I'm running a promotion for the month of December. If somebody buys the book and wants to register for the class, they could actually take a friend for free to the class. So that's a great deal. And the information about how to do this is on the front page of the website.
And, you know, like you said, with the holidays coming up, my thought is this would be a good gift for somebody to pick up your book and give it to a loved one.
Definitely. I think it's something you could enjoy. It's very relatable stories,
right.
Very relatable material. And also it's wonderful to be able to share this kind of experience of being in a class with somebody you love.
Deborah Hawkins in the Chicagoland area, thank you for joining us today, and happy holidays.
You too. Thank you, Austin.
All right, check it out, everybody. I'm Austin Reed. You're watching Central Valley Talk. We'll be back in the noon hour, so stay with us.